welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie Bell and I do makeup and beauty and skincare videos, and I am going to just do my normal everyday makeup for you today. I like to use makeup that is affordable. I don't like to use a ton of makeup. I like to keep it natural, and so that's what we'll be doing today. We're going into spring, so this will be more of like a spring lightweight makeup look. Not super dewy. I go back and forth like on how dewy. My skin's actually gotten more oily since over the winter, which is really weird. So I don't know if that's my skincare or what. So I think it already has some natural dewiness to it. And so I'm not doing as much of a dewy look. That makes sense. So anyways, everything we'll use is very affordable. And I hope this just will help you to, you know, if you're just getting into makeup, just find a few things that you need. I think that as we watch all these YouTubers and all these Instagrammers, so often we think we need all of the things that they have, but they're getting that sent to them and we are not. And so you don't need everything to have a really great makeup look. So that's what we're going to show today. So first, I've pinned my hair back. I'm going to pin my hair back on the other side. It's going to look a little funny, so that's why I didn't start out with the pins. All right, so this is my face. There's nothing, absolutely nothing on it. So today for primer, I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. Actually, no, I'm not, because I want this to be more, this was a birthday present. I didn't actually spend my own money on it, but this is more of an affordable primer. It does, it's very thick and it's very rich, so you don't really actually need very much of it. This is the Weleda Skin Food, so that's what we're gonna do next. So I really just put this where my skin is the most dry, which is on my cheeks. I do a little bit on my forehead. I think that that just kind of gets a little bit of a stickiness on my face so that my foundation stays well. The next thing that I've been doing is a little bit of color corrector. I got this from LA Girl. This is only $5. You don't really need this if you have pretty even toned skin, but you can see like I have dark circles, so I like to put it right, not even that much, but just right into the discoloration. And then a little bit on my upper lip. And sometimes I'll put a little bit where the color changes my dark circles, just to try to even that out a little bit too. The next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and go right into foundation. So the foundation that I'm going to use today is this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. You may have heard of this already. It is super popular right now, and so I had to go and try some out. I was running out of foundation. That's what I normally try to do, is just, you know, go from one product to the next and not try to try everything at one time. So I always have like a few dewy and a few matte foundations, and that's about it. So the foundation, I needed a foundation kind of like this, and so it's perfect. It's not too matte, but it doesn't show up too dewy either. It's super easy to spread, and it's also you don't need that much. Like I put a little pump on my hand, and I don't think that I'm even going to use all of that either, which I need to be better at, because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste it. All right, so that's the foundation. And if you can see, I feel like with the color corrector that I don't really need that much concealer. What I do like to do is go in and just use it to brighten more than to conceal, because I just feel like I don't need to conceal too much. My darkness has been taken away, so. And I also use a beauty blender to blend this. I feel like it doesn't spread it out too much. And if I really have not that much product, I will go in and just use my finger too. So you can see how that just brightens the corner, but it's not really as necessary as I think so many people think concealer's doing a lot. I think concealer's just adding more product. So, I mean, that depends on your eye and your skin underneath your eye. I have really fine lines underneath my eye, if you can see, you know, when I smile. So I don't want much product, because all that's going to happen is that product is just going to get further down into the lines. My hair is really bothering me. I may just pull it back, or just leave it. Oh, it's a little better. So that is the base. I always do my foundation first, and then I leave the rest of my skin, like the, oh, I cannot think and do some things at the same time. The rest of the bronzer and blush, I wait to do that until after I do my eyes. The reason being is that I think that sometimes when I do my eyes, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, and so then I can go back and kind of figure out what color I want later after I do my eyes. So one thing that I normally do before, I really try to remember to do before foundation, but I forget a lot of the times, and this is the only non-drugstore makeup that I use, but I feel like it's, for me, it's worth it because I have a lot of eyebrow, and also it'll last a long time. Not necessary to do every single day either, and so that's why I could justify it. But this is the Refi Beauty Eyebrow Sculpt is what it's called, and all it is just some like glue. It's not glue, but you know, some product on a little spoolie, and what you're supposed to do is you take the product and you just want to put it through your eyebrow just to disperse it. This is why you put your hair back. So I use the spoolie first to disperse it onto my eyebrow, and then what I love about this is that when you take it off, it has this comb side and this brush side. So the comb side you use first, so you've already dispersed that like product into your eyebrow, and then you use the comb to kind of get it even in there further. And also you can see just by comparing the eyebrows that it is getting all the hairs to move out evenly. And you can spike your eyebrow really as much as you want. Now you can see that I have massive eyebrows, and so I don't want to do it too high. I mean, I could have really high eyebrows if I'm not careful. So I just make sure I comb through until I feel like it's where I want it. And then you use the brush side. So remember I said there's a comb side and like a brush side. You use the brush side to just push it down a little bit more. I feel like it gives it that laminated look. One hair that wants to stick out. And then you have eyebrows that are going to stay. Now, the reason why you want to wait to do this until you do your foundation is if I look closely, I have a little bit of pilling right above my eyebrow because I didn't wait. So anyways, I'm going to go in and do the same thing to the other eyebrow, and then we will be done with the brows. That is the eyebrows. I do like to do those first before foundation, but I'm just not always good at remembering to do that. So now that we're done with the foundation, I have quite a bit of my hand, so I'm going to get one of my makeup wipes to wipe that off. Hate my hair pinned back, but I've just got to keep it pinned back or it's just going to get in my face. Okay. So next is the eye. So like I said, this is like an everyday eye look, something that I'd get up in the morning and do. And so it's not going to be, you know, super complicated or anything like that. But what it is I love a double eyeshadow. So anything that has a really nice warm brown will work. And then this is just a shimmer. So I have several of these. I have another, this brand is Complex Culture. I have another one where they're both shimmers. And it's a bit of a mess, by Jewel Smith Beauty. I'm not going to open it up because it's kind of a mess, but you can see how there's like a brown and then a shimmer. I also really like this Natasha Denona palette because it has that kind of brown and then some shimmers. Brown, this brown like camel color, really, it's called chestnut in this complex culture palette. But what it does is it really warms up your eyes and gives it a little bit of dimension without having to put a lot of foundation on. So that's what I'm going to do next. I didn't tap any off, and it goes on pretty dark if you don't tap any off, but I'm okay with it being kind of dark on the lid and just blending it out. So the key to this really is just blending, and I like to blend it pretty far out, and then what I'll do is I'll get my, when I put my bronzer out, I'll kind of get it to blend as well. But you can see just by doing that, if you look at both of my eyes, you can see how that just gives a little bit of dimension. I really don't need anything else after that. You can tell that I've put some makeup on. And I got this palette from Ipsy. So if you've ever heard of Ipsy, I'm sure you have if you're into the makeup world at all. Some people don't love it. I'm not totally convinced that I need it, but I think for right now where I'm at, it is a great way to try out different brands that I wouldn't normally just go out and purchase. I do it every 3 months so that I'm not, or every 2 months, I can't remember, so that I'm not, you know, having an extra $10 a month every month. And I find that I'm using it okay as well. And most of the stuff I do use. Now I was getting a lot of cleansers, and so I made sure I went back. You can specify like what you want. Do you want nail stuff? Do you want skincare? Do you want just makeup? And I went back and specified like, please stop sending me cleansers because I don't need any more mini cleansers. So just to keep in mind. But I've loved the little palettes that I get out of it. So those are the eyes, just with the brown color. It's called chestnut. The next thing that I do is I like to brighten the inner corner. So that's why I like to have this matte and then the shimmer color, because then you can just go in with a smaller brush and get the corners. And you can see, just look at the difference of both eyes. You can see the more brightened one here versus this eye here that I haven't brightened up yet. So this is just preference, but also kind of fun to just spruce up your look a little bit. So that's what I'll do with the eyes. I'll always go in and kind of blend as much more as I can to make sure that I'm happy with it. Blend the corners. It's looking good. For a more simple look, I won't do eyeliner. It's been a while since I've done like a good black eyeliner. I need to do that sometime, but we'll get there. But I do obviously do mascara. I try to remember. I'm so bad at remembering, but today I remembered to use my wand and my eyelash curler, because what you want to do it before the mascara, and I always forget, and then I do go in and I do it after the mascara. The mascara I've been using is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. If you've been watching me on Instagram, which you should be because I am a little more active on there right now. It's just Addie Bell makeup, and this is all I've been using. So once again, just like with foundation, I've been trying to use up everything. So I'd finally just actually didn't have. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. I actually didn't have any mascara, and so I was on the search for a mascara that I actually liked. So I watched a YouTube video by Abby Young, and if you don't follow her, she's an up-and-coming YouTuber. She has, I think, 100,000 followers almost now, which is exciting. Anyway, she reviewed 10 mascaras, I think. She always goes so in-depth, and this was her number one. So I thought that was interesting for the Maybelline one to win. It was the Maybelline Last Sensational. I did get the Maybelline Sky High that everyone was raving about, and it is almost as good as this one, I will admit. Do you have eyelashes that are not the same? I have these nice ones up here that like flare out and are beautiful, and then this side is just horrible. So that is the mascara, and already I only have 3 products on my eyes, and it already looks like I've done more than you know, a simple look. So I really love just doing a dimensional brown, adding a little pop of shimmer, and then mascara, and that's all you really need. So love that, and I'm loving how this is looking. The next thing I do is bronzer. I have been using the Fenty Beauty bronzer for almost a year now, and I still haven't hit pan, which is really exciting. So I would recommend this, but I wanted to keep this in more of the affordable makeup family. So I'm going to use, I got a sample of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I love it. It goes on so well. The name is very fitting. So I'm going to do that around my face. With bronzer, it's all about preference, but for me, I think especially up high on the cheek, it really lifts your face, and then you kind of want to frame your face as well. But don't use too much to where you can almost see it for me, but I think the lighting makes it a little bit more enhanced than it actually is in real life. You don't want like this round dark and everyone can notice that you have bronzer on. So just make sure you're blending as much as possible. My favorite blushes that I've been using are these blush bombs from Flower Beauty. If you haven't heard of Flower Beauty, they are I don't know how old they are now, maybe 5 to 10, maybe only 5-year-old beauty brand, and it's Drew Barrymore's brand, and she has these liquid blushes. They're called the Blush Bomb, and I have been loving them. I have in the color Pinched, and then I have a more like peachy color as well. I don't remember the name of that right away. So all I do is I just put a little dollop on my finger, my hand right there, and then I use a blush brush, kind of just tap it in, and then I go in on my cheeks. What I like about it, because it's a liquid blush, that it gives you kind of a highlight as well. So today, for my more simple look, I'm not going to use a highlighter. I'm just going to use this liquid blush. So you can see it just gives me a little bit of color. It blends really well into the bronzer, and I always put a little on my nose as well. And there you have it. You have, you know, your base. So really, really highly recommend these. They come in a lot of different colors. When you're doing like a softer look like this, you really just want something neutral. And so some of the neutral colors I have been liking are the, I really like the NYX, I think the color is Butter Gloss, and it's in the color Madeline. That's a really good color. I've also liked some of these, like a softer pink color. The Wet n Wild lipsticks are really good. Like if you need a good lipstick and you only want to spend $1.95, these are great. Like a lot of, I hate that I said like, a lot of YouTubers have recommended these. So I'm trying to just decide. I think I'm going to do the color Mad for Mauve in the Wet n Wild lipstick. Like I said, you kind of just want like a neutral pink, but you want it to be darker than your lip. I have pretty pigmented lips, especially in the bottom lip, and so I don't want something that's the exact same color, but I do want it just to kind of enhance the color and not be too extra so you can see, like, I put lipstick on this side and you almost can't tell. I think it just helps. I can't finish my sentence when I'm putting lipstick on. But as you can see, there's a little bit more color, but it's nothing like that my lips are sticking out or anything. So it's just great for a simple look. If you want it if you wanted to enhance that look at all, you could do like a lip liner. A lip liner that I really like is this Makeup Forever one. Not necessary, but I love it. It's hard to find this like cocoa color. It is called, what is it called? Endless Cacao. A lip liner just gives your lips a little bit more dimension. So you just put it around and you can see it kind of just darkened it up a little bit around the edges. The clips are out. The hair is going. It's just very full today. Lots of volume. I sleep on it wet and it gives it some nice curl, but sometimes it can just make it really big, really big. Okay. Well, that is the final look. I love this. This is literally what I, whenever I'm doing my makeup not for YouTube, this is what I do. So just if you're curious, but also I just think such an easy look just to enhance everything just a little bit, but also not take too much money and not take too much of your time. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. I also do a lot on my Instagram at Addie Bell Makeup as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy spring. Hopefully you're enjoying your spring breaks or you enjoyed your spring breaks. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.